everyone, and welcome to ARS 102, Art from the Renaissance to the Present Day. My name is Bevin Butler, and I'll be your instructor for this class. We will have a TA, her name is Breezy Taggart, and you can learn a little bit more about each of us under the Meet Your Instructor and Meet Your Teaching Assistant tabs on Blackboard. This class was originally designed by Claudia Mesh, faculty member in the School of Art and professor of art history at ASU. Since the first day of class is usually made to look over the syllabus and learn about the class structure, I wanted to take a minute and make a quick video where we could go over the syllabus and the Blackboard together. So first, let's take a look at Blackboard. So here we are on the Blackboard. This is the Start Here and this is what I'm going to refer to as the left-hand navigation bar. You'll hear me call it that throughout the class. So now we're under Start Here. I want you to look through Meet Your Instructor, Meet Your Teaching Assistant, and the rest of these, but let's take a look at syllabus together real fast. This has all of the standard information that you would expect to find on a syllabus, but what I want to draw your attention to is the course structure. So this class is going to be made up of 4 units. Each unit has a quiz and an exam. And there are going to be 2 extra credit discussion board opportunities during Unit 2 and Unit 4. So here's kind of the breakdown of the topics that will be covered in each unit. And now let's look at the exams. So what's important to note about the exams is that Exam 1 and 2 will both just consist of 20 questions, multiple choice, true, false, that kind of thing, and that's all. In exams 3 and 4, they both have 2 parts, and that means they're going to include an essay component in addition to the multiple choice questions that like you're going to find in exams 1 and 2. So exams 3 and 4 are worth more points than 1 and 2. And that's just so you have a chance to get used to the class before moving on to assessments that are worth more and more points. Now for the short answer essays, there is a quick tutorial for you up here under content in the left-hand navigation bar, and you'll want to look through that before you take exam 3. Also, the extra credit in Unit 2 will be helpful for your exam questions because it's basically going to be like practice. I'm going to ask a really similar question to what you'll see in the exams, so you'll have a chance to practice your essay writing for that. So here's where I explain the discussion boards. I'll post the prompts for both of these as we get closer to time, so you'll see those over in the course content once it's time. For the grading system, there are more points available than are required to make an A. That means you have a little bit of wiggle room. Don't take that for granted because it can come back and bite you really fast if you're not keeping up with everything. But a 900 points and above is an A, and you could theoretically receive 1,070 points if you score perfect on everything and participate in both extra credits. So then we've got a bunch of statements about student code of conduct, tech support, behavior, Title IX, and accommodations. Toward the bottom of the syllabus, you're going to find the course schedule. I would recommend printing this part out and having it with you or near your computer or workstation or wherever you're going to be. So this has all of the assessments in the 4 units and the dates at which they will be open or available to you and the dates at which they will close or they're due. Notice everything is 10:59 p.m. and that is Arizona time. And here I have the course schedule written out where it tells you which topics, lectures, readings, and assessments go in each unit. So this is going to be a really helpful document to help keep you on track and paying attention to everything on time. You can find that same course schedule over here under course schedule, and then it's just that. It's not the rest of the syllabus if you just want to print that part out. Going further down the navigation bar, course content is actually where you're going to find all of the units. That's all the lectures and the instructions for the discussion boards. This is where your quizzes and exams will be. So this is where you're really going to spend most of your time, is under course content. So let's look at Unit 1 first. What we have up here is a quick guide, which kind of gives you an idea of what to expect from this unit. All of the Unit 1 lectures are in this folder, And you'll notice we have a PDF for the atoms reading, just the first part for Unit 1, just in case not everybody has their books yet. And then this is a PDF for the ARS chapter that is also required reading for Unit 1. You won't normally have reading PDFs here. This is just in case you don't have your textbook yet. So let's look at the lectures. All of the Unit 1 lectures are here, but you will notice, and this is important, all of the lectures have more than one part. So you're going to need to be sure that you watch part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. If you just watch the video that pops up when you come in here, you will be missing a large portion of the content for the class. Underneath each of the lectures, you'll see some lecture notes for you. This would be a good place to start in your own note taking, but don't think that this is enough. You really need to fill in the blanks on top of this each time. And then what I also want to show you is at the end of all of the unit lectures, there will be a review. Here we have the artists in this unit, the important artworks in this unit, and other important terms and dates. So you'll need to pay special attention to that when studying for your quizzes and your exams. Back under course content, here's that essay tutorial I was telling you about. Here's another location for that SARE PDF. It's the same PDF. You don't need to download it twice. And here is where you'll find the extra credit discussion boards when that's time. Mine, of course, is blank because I am not in a group, but when it is time to participate in those Unit 2 and Unit 4 extra credit opportunities, this is where you'll find the prompt and the discussion board to actually participate within. Down here is your methods of communication. Announcements is going to be my main way to communicate with you. I will usually also send announcements out as emails, so you'll have them in both places. Hallway conversations is a great way for you all to communicate with one another. Breezy and I probably won't spend much time looking at the hallway conversation unless you want us to weigh in on something. But this is a way for you to share study tips, maybe organize some sort of study session if you're interested, and just get conversations going in the same way that you would talk to your classmates in the hallways between class in an in-person course. That's really what that's for. And then your email, and that's obviously how you're going to email Breezy and myself. Down here, links and resources is going to be your gradebook. This is the essay exam rubric. This would be a good thing to keep your eye on and keep in mind while you do the Unit 2 practice discussion board and while you're doing the essay exams in exam 3 and 4. And then we've got our statements about accessibility, technical support, your resources and accessibility, and the ASU library. So that is what we have on Blackboard. Be sure you are spending enough time on here that you're really keeping up with everything. Check in every day, even if you don't think you're going to do a lot of work for the class that day. Just make sure you haven't missed any announcements and make a habit of really checking in and seeing what else is going on in class. So now that we know a little bit about the class, we're excited to get started. Keep in mind, this is a lot of work. You're going to have a lot of readings and a lot of lecture videos to watch, so get started right away. Please do take a minute to introduce yourself in the Hallway Conversations tab on Blackboard, and always feel free to email Breezy and myself if you have any questions. Good luck this semester.